All right, and welcome to this episode of What Would You Do? This is a special series we do on Real Estate Fight Club where we talk about ethics and professional standards, committee violations, and cases. And here with me today is Jim Camarata. Hey, Jim.
Hey Jen, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for being on.
Oh, my pleasure.
And Jim is from Minneapolis, St. Paul area with Keller Williams. Now, Jim, what's the case we have today?
Oh, it's an interesting one. It has to do with an agent who has a website, and this
Okay.
agent has spent quite a bit of money getting the website built and lots of bells and whistles. And one of the things that this agent did was to have links and such to various business-related vendors.
Okay.
So there were home inspectors, financial institutions, insurance agencies, appraisers, exterminators, decorators, landscapers, furniture and appliance dealers. You get the picture.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of people.
That sounds super helpful.
Well, it can be. And I have something similar on my website
Right.
for trusted affiliates. But what this agent was doing was charging a fee for every time somebody clicked on one of those vendors and or if they used them. So
To the vendor.
she was collecting a fee from the vendor every time somebody was contacted or connected and such.
Okay.
So it didn't come to light until this one client actually bought a house and uh, clicked on the carpet carpet installer. And because it was such a sizable order, the owner of the carpet company actually went to see the installation and
Hmm.
make sure that everything was going correctly. At that time, kind of shared with that buyer that he was receiving a referral fee for being recommended.
That the agent was getting like a kickback.
Call it a kickback, call it a referral fee, anything you want, but this
Okay.
agent was referring something
Yeah.
of value. And so buyer said, that I was never told that. So we'll stop there.
That's okay.
Stop there. So is there a potential violation of one of the articles?
So what's it? Can you read the article?
Um, all right, the one that is in question is Article 6, and it says realtors shall not accept any commission, rebate, or profit on expenditures made for their client without the client's knowledge and consent. When recommending real estate products or services, realtors shall disclose to the client or customer to whom the recommendation is made any financial benefits or fees other than real estate referral fees the realtor or the realtor's firm may receive as a direct result of such a recommendation.
So
So
there's
that's Article
knowledge
6.
and consent. So it
Yep.
sounds like the issue is there was no knowledge or consenting of this.
Yep. Bingo.
Does use can you if can you have like wording on there that's like by using these services you're consenting, or does it have to be like a signed consent? Because that wasn't very clear in the article.
Yeah. With our company and with our particular market center, we have relationships with a title company and a mortgage company. And
Hmm.
so we disclose those relationships, number one. And
Right.
number two, there may be fees or income, coming back, streaming back to the brokerage.
But is the disclosure of it consent enough? Like, does that equal knowledge and consent, or did that have to be signed?
We get them signed.
But
This
does
is
it
a
have to be?
relationship.
It's because that
Well,
article, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but it definitely did not say, like, I can see the problem here, right? Like, there was no, the whoever, the client was not given like the knowledge that this could have been like an agreement. Like, the agreement itself is not an issue, right?
right, right, right. But in our case with the brokerage, we do require that it be in writing and signed
Inside.
by the client. Yep. We we
Interesting.
we
I'd
want
love
to make
to
sure
like
that
talk to a lawyer and see how they interpret that, because it doesn't say signed. It says
disclosed.
disclosed.
Yeah.
And
But how do you prove, it's a he said, she said kind of scenario. Well, I
Yeah,
told
but
you about
even
it. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. No, you
yeah,
didn't.
but disclosure doesn't equal understanding either. And that was part
That's
of it
true.
too. So it's like, I mean, that could just go on and on and on.
It could. And when you relate it back to agency disclosure, we have a state required form that is a disclosure only. It's not
Yeah.
an agreement, but it's saying that you can either be an agent of buyer's agent, seller's agent, a dual agent, a facilitator. It's not agreeing, but
Mhm.
it's just that you acknowledge having received that disclosure.
Yes. And
Okay.
this is a good one because so many agents have on their website their partners, right? So it's like if you have like a marketing agreement with those partners, then Article 6 says it needs to be disclosed. What does it say?
Disclosed. Yeah.
Closed and
Disclosed.
yeah.
Yeah. So in this particular hearing, this agent defended herself and her website, stating that the advertisements for real estate related products and services on her website were simply that, only advertisements, and not recommendations or endorsements of the product and services found there. She acknowledged she collected a fee each time a visitor to her website clicked on the links found under the preferred providers, but claimed that simply referring to those advertisers as preferred did not constitute a recommendation or endorsement of the product or services offered.
But that's not the problem.
The hearing panel disagreed with her.
Okay.
Surprise. uh, Reasoning and pointing out that a reasonable consumer would certainly conclude that referring to a provider of real estate related products or services as being preferred by a realtor constituted a recommendation or endorsement. And further, since that agent received a fee each time a consumer clicked through one of the preferred vendors, and received a referral fee, disclosure of that fee was required under Article 6. She was found in violation.
Wow, boo.
So, I'm sure it's going to vary by state. So
Sure.
obviously you should check with legal counsel for your individual state as to whether, just the disclosure statement,
Like what it needs to say, not
I
say
am
whatever,
receiving
whatever.
a fee
Yeah.
for this, or I am not receiving a fee for that, uh, should be disclosed somehow. But check with legal counsel to see what that particular state is requiring.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy. That
it
is a
is
good one.
crazy.
And if people want to see that case in writing, they can go to jennifermertlin.com/vault where we have it there so they can read through it. But yeah, that's a relevant one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. It's an interesting one. Yeah.
It is.
You just learn something new every day.
Yeah. Well, before we finish out, I want to say I want to give a shout out to a couple of our partners. One of them is Real Support Solutions, and they will actually help you get your website up and running and be compliant, which is good. So if you go to www.realsupportsolutions.com and enter code Fight Club, you'll receive $100 off your first transaction if you use them for transaction coordination or 3 hours of free work that will help you set up your website. Our other partner I want to mention is John Kitchen's Coaching. So that's at www.kitchen or sorry, coachkitchens.com. And when you enter Fight Club there, you'll get a free business assessment. But Jim, if people want to, if they have a referral for you in Minnesota, or they have questions about this case, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
You can text or call me at 612-562-7461.
Perfect. I appreciate you being on. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.